Where was your mind? You thought I'd give you the Italian equivalent of the F word on monetized social media. Not gonna happen. It's not good for business. What I could do is make this video on my own website, sergiothelanguagenerd.com. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see this kind of content. I'm thinking of making a 1 hour video where I would just swear away. No, I would make it a cultural thing. I would tell you the origin of the swear words, when to use them, the gravity of each one, etc., etc. But I cannot do it on social media. Now, the word I wanted to talk about today is Fino. You're gonna say, Fino, that's such a short, unassuming, and harmless word. Well, let me know what you think about it at the end of this video. To begin with, fino as an adjective means fine. Sale fino is a very common word. Sale fino means fine salt. You will see that in every store. It's kind of like the archaic version of fine, which is what we really say for the most part when we mean fine, as in refined, subtle, thin, classy. Fino as a preposition and as an adverb is where the fun begins. Because let's take fino a. Fino a means until or up to. Keep in mind that in Italian we don't have expressions of time per se. We tend to refer to time in terms of quantity or distance. Like we say how much time, we don't say how long. We say from instead of since. We say every how much to mean how often, so keep that in mind. On account of that, fino means up to, fino a, not fino. Remember, it's fino a, up to, or until, still with a, fino a. Until midday, fino a mezzogiorno. Until next month, fino al mese prossimo. Of course, if you need the article, you need to articulate the preposition. Fino a is also used in the past, as well as in the future. Fino a ieri, until yesterday. The celebrations lasted until yesterday. Fino a ieri. The celebrations are going to last until tomorrow. Fino a domani. Now, fino da means ever since. Fino dall'inizio della mia carriera. You actually want to truncate this word. It's much more common to find it without the final O. Fin da. Fin dall'inizio della mia carriera, ever since the beginning of my career. And again, in physical terms, it means all the way from. Like, they're ordering this product all the way from China, fin dalla Cina. So keep in mind, temporal as well as spatial. So we've seen fino a, until or up to. Let's run up to the tree, fino all'albero. This bus goes only up to Piazza Garibaldi. Quest'autobus arriva solo fino a Piazza Garibaldi. Fino da, all the way from or ever since. So what if you want to say all the way to? Given that fino a is taken, then you say fino in. The news arrived all the way to Russia. La notizia è arrivata fino in Russia. Also all the way at or all the way in. They know about this all the way in Chile. Lo sanno fino in Cile. Recapping again. Fino a, up to, until. Fino da, ever since. All the way from. Fino in, all the way to, or all the way at, all the way in. Basically, it depends on whether the verb is static or dynamic. But in means in or at, as well as to. So fino da, fino a, fino in. And then there's finché. Finché is actually the reason why I made this whole video. I realized what a tricky word finché is. How am I going to explain that? You will see in a recipe book. In English, what do they say? Keep kneading the dough until you get a smooth ball, right? An Italian book will say, keep kneading the dough until you don't get a smooth ball. What? What does it mean? It's already not smooth. What does it mean, knead it until you don't get a smooth ball? It works like this. In English, you say, did you even see anything? It's a way of condensing in one sentence a positive and a negative, two opposite ideas. Did you see something, or you didn't even see anything? We just say, did you even see anything? Were you able to do anything at all? It means, were you able to do anything? Or you weren't able to do anything at all. So, when you say finché non, it means a mixture of until and for as long as it's not. So, keep kneading the dough for as long as it's not a smooth ball until it becomes a smooth ball. It's bizarre, but that's the idea behind it. So, you will see sentences like continuate ad impastare finché non otterrete una palla liscia. Keep kneading until you don't get a smooth ball. You'll see that a lot. Finché non. Finché in the positive means for as long as. You could also say fin tanto che. Finché la barca va, lasciala andare. It's a song from, I don't know, the 60s. As long as the boat floats, as long as the boat rolls, let it roll. Finché la barca va, lasciala andare. So for as long as. But finché non, it means really until such and such thing happens. And for as long as it doesn't happen, keep doing that thing that you're supposed to do. Fin tanto che, I looked it up on the dictionary, and it's really just a synonym of finché. It means until such condition is met. But I gotta say that I used it and I heard it with the meaning of for as long as. Such as, I am going to, let's set the scenario where I got a lot of emails to answer, and I want to make a soup, a dinner that just sits on the fire and allows me to do stuff instead of me, tending to dinner. So I'm gonna make minestrone for dinner so that as long as it cooks, for as long as it takes it to cook all the way, I will be answering my emails. Stasera faccio il minestrone per cena, così fin tanto che cuoce posso rispondere alle mie email. I can answer my email. Fin tanto che cuoce, yes, it does mean until it's cooked all the way, but it also means for as long as it cooks, for as long as it takes it to cook all the way, etc. Going on with the fino and words related with fino, finora means until now, right? Fino, ora, so far. I'm just gonna throw it there for the same price. And then perfino means even, like that lion from the cartoons. Perfino. Lastly, fino and sino are synonymous. So you could say sin dall'infanzia, all the way since childhood, instead of fin dall'infanzia. Of course, there is a consideration of assonance. So if you want to say since forever, then you say fin da sempre. You wouldn't say sin da sempre. And if you want to say ever since the end of the celebration, you wouldn't say fin dalla fine. You could, but maybe it sounds better if you say sin dalla fine. So you alternate S with F. And that's all I have to say about the F word. There is one more word that contains fino, but it's not really the same thing. It's affinché. Affinché is the contraction of a, fine, che. That's got nothing to do with fino, because fino means until. Fine means purpose. It means end, like the end justifies the means. In the same way, the word fine, which means end, also means finality, purpose. So affinché means in order that, in order to. I'm just going to put it there because I realize these words sound all the same. But before you can say anything, keep in mind that we who have English as a second language struggled with these words, which I'm going to read because they're like though, thought, through, trough, thorough, throughout, taught, tough, although. So we had our own part of the struggle when we were learning English. Good luck!